TeachAnOldDogNewTricks.com. More than 40 hours of free computer training, videos, and tutorials. Are you an old dog? Simply visit TeachAnOldDogNewTricks.com and learn some new tricks for free. Thank you. Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Tony Holowitz, and I want to thank you for being here for this tutorial on Microsoft Word 2010, and we're going to talk about wrapping text. What I might mean by wrapping text is, let's say you have this picture and you have a lot of text within a document. And this picture is just sort of standing by itself, but we want to make the picture flow within the text a little bit nicer. What I'm going to do to begin is I'm going to go down to the far bottom right and I'm going to zoom in so we can see what this looks like in greater detail. What I want to show you is we just have a lot of text here that I've pasted within this document. So let me go a little bit bigger just to illustrate my point. Let's say that we want to take this picture and move it into the text. Well, I'm going to click and drag and I'm going to move it just down here to the right, and I'm going to let go. Now you'll see the text is all around it. It doesn't really do anything. We want to make this look a little bit better. So I'm going to go back up to the Format tab and I'm going to come over to where it says Wrap Text. Now this is another one of those situations where you have a lot of options here and you really have to go in and mess around with it to see what some of the differences are. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on all the differences because I'm not sure it's that relevant. But let me just go to the first one where it says Inline with Text, and actually I'm going to go to Square and I'm going to click on that. Well, what I've done is I've taken this and I've set it so that it's square with the text. Now what square means, honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just going to move it over here to the right and see what happens. And you'll see when I moved it, it put the text and wrapped it around to the left. If I go back up here to where it says Position, I have different positions within the text, and by putting the pointer over these positions, you can see where it will lay it out. So again, it's the kind of thing you got to go up and you've got to mess with. You got to see what works for you. Where do you want it in the picture? But always keep in mind, you can drag this, and the way I like to have you think about it is just practice by moving it around the screen and seeing what it does. Put it on the right, move it down a little bit, see how it impacts the text and what you're doing. And then go up and practice working with some of these different options to see what it does for your picture. Again, position, you can work with this a little bit differently as well, and you might just find that it works perfectly the way you've chosen it. Also, sometimes if the picture is too big, you might want to make it a little bit smaller so it's not as dominant in the document. In other words, it's just not taking up as much space. So a lot of this is just practice. A lot of this is choosing what works for you and what visually you like. So there's no clear-cut way to do this, but I do want you to be aware of the fact that you can wrap your text around the picture in a variety of ways. Just take some practice. My name is Tony Holowitz, and I want to thank you so very much for your time. Have a great day.